Hey, welcome back to Burlington Garage. It's been a while since I've posted, and well, a number of things have changed since then. First is the both 6.3s are sold, and the last video I did was comparing my 280 SEL against 300 SEL, one of the 6.3s, and I really haven't had time to be working on these cars for the last couple of years. So I finally got kind of back to it, and I had planned on selling the 280 SEL, but I'm a little bit torn by that right now. So let me show you what's been going on here in the garage. All right, well, there's the 280 SEL, and since I had planned on getting it ready for sale, and then of course I cleaned it up and started doing a few other things that needed, and so now I'm really on the fence. I have a feeling we're going to keep the car for a bit. So I'll kind of tell you what's been going on with it. One, obviously I cleaned it up, but this car has been running rich for a long time. And back 2 or 3 years ago, I had taken it to a Mercedes shop here, not a dealer, but a well-respected Mercedes shop. Had them do their thing with it. Frankly, they didn't really change anything. And I think this car is just a little too old for them to get to. So I did my research on it, and now I've got the car running actually quite well. It's no longer running rich. So we have taken that and cleaned up a number of parts under the hood, and we'll open it up and show you. Just got the car generally clean. This car is really a nice car, I have to say, and that's why it's kind of hard for me to part with it. It's showing about just under 48,000 miles. I really think that's original miles on this car. If not, let's just say it was extremely well taken care of. If not, that's not the case. So we've done a lot of cleanup with the injection system. Got it tuned properly, mixtures proper. So we're waiting on a set of plugs and points. We're just going to replace them and get it going perfectly well. Replaced a bunch of little rubber parts that were perished, and if you don't use Mercedes Classic Center for your parts, I'm going to tell you should. In fact, these are kind of the last two rubber pieces that are going to go on the car. So, so there you have it. We'll get back to it in a little bit. Second thing I've been working on is the 73 450 SL. I've got 72 350, and I've got this car. And again, I hadn't had a lot of time to mess with it, but it was kind of time since I got it going. I've also gotten a lift in the meantime, which is an awesome thing. So on this car, still need to clean up a few tools, but on this car, the sway bar bushings had just absolutely perished. You can see one of them here. So we got a kit from the Classic Center. I've got those installed. And then kind of the same thing back here with the rear subframe mount bushings. And they were also getting, pretty bad. And that's what's left on the other side. So we've got new ones in place here. Right up in here. So those, let's just say those aren't fun, but it takes one of these if you don't have a crowbar. So I used a shovel to get one out. Not ideal, but the crowbar worked way better. But the biggest thing is, peeling these things out and then getting them pressed back in. And so what I did with pressing them back in, because the weight of the car will not do it. So just go to the hardware store. I got, a long bolt, and just sucked them in with that. You do want to use silicone grease on those. They will not otherwise pop in for you. But not the first one is 3 hours, the second one about 45 minutes. So once you understand the process, frankly, it goes fairly quickly, but understanding the process is kind of key there. I probably should have done a video on it, but I find that once I get going on things like this, it's kind of hard for me to spend a lot of time doing other things. So this car is also fundamentally very sound. It runs well, drives well. I did put new shocks on this car all the way around as well, new Bilstein shocks. About 3 years ago, I was driving this, hit a pothole in the left front wheel that absolutely destroyed the shock. Actually, fortunately, it didn't do any other damage. And so it's been in need for a while. I need to do some more garage cleanup. So we stuck some brand new Bilsteins on it, and car now handles very, very nicely. So anyway, I'll be doing a little more odds and ends on this car here and there, mainly as the weather gets warmer here in Kansas. Actually, we'll just use it, you know. Got the lift primarily for storage, actually, but man, I would not want to do the subframe bushing job without a lift. I can tell you that you would probably, I don't know how you could be successful without having the car on a lift. But when there's a will, there's a way. So you never know, but I would caution anyone thinking about doing that without a lift to consider it very carefully. I love the color of that car. It's although the paint, especially on the top side, really isn't the greatest. So I do have a debate on whether I have that car painted or not. It's so nice in every other way that I probably will, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I just enjoy driving it the way it is. So, and the 72 is a light blue in color. I like this one. It's very nice, actually. The paint's perfect on that one. But I like this car better for whatever my reasons are. So there's Ferguson. I call that his princess bed. He likes it. He comes out here and hangs out in the garage with me. So anyway, let's pop the hood on this thing. All right, so yeah, under the hood here, the M130 2.8 liter 6-cylinder engine, obviously. Done a tiny bit of cleanup in here. I really haven't gone into much detail. But I pulled the warm-up valve, replaced the hoses on it, cleaned all that up, and made sure that that was operating properly. A new air filter here. The one I had was, frankly, more restricted than I expected. And then down underneath this solenoid, right here, there's a mixture adjustment. So that's how you adjust the mixture on these cars at idle. And once you kind of understand it, it works pretty well. We've got, a crack here in the breather elbow, and then of course this is getting pretty bad. I'm sure they're both original to the car, so we'll replace those. The only other problem I have is the fan clutch is in op, and we're gonna repair it or replace it, one of the two. The car runs just perfectly, when you have it moving. If you're stopped in traffic, it does start getting a little warm. So anyway, we'll do those things to the 280 SEL. And otherwise, gosh, new tires on it. just because the ones that were on it were perfect. They just were old. Same here. These brand new tires on this car, mainly because of the age of the old ones. So anyway, that's a quick update what's been going on here at the Burlington garage. And yeah, I hope you like the update. We'll get into some more of these cars as we go along. When I pull some of the other ones out, get started on it, maybe we'll make a video on what I'm doing to them. So, hey, have a good one. Thanks.